honing in on the craft, just honestly, the first step to that was honing in on myself. Because, yeah, I could become more talented with the skill set, but staying true to my morals and staying true to the principles of what the company is built off of. Like, I don't even make jewelry with my energies off, because I have to be responsible for the energetic karma. So first, honing in on the craft started by me looking at that man in the mirror and correcting him first. And the consistency of that, because that's the first step. Now when it comes to the actual craft itself, challenging myself to expand and grow.
Yo, peace, family. Welcome to the Black Businessman Podcast. My name is Clive Morrison, here for another day, another opportunity. You know, on the Black Businessman Podcast, I'm talking to black men who are in business, making money, making an impact. Today I'm with B Divine.
I am the creator and founder of Gemstone Dripping. I'm a poet, father, entrepreneur, soon to be author, motivational speaker. I wear many hats. Ultimately, my goal is to leave positive footprints on your spirit, no matter what it is that I do, whether it be creating a high vibrational jewelry, whether it be everyday conversation, whether it be you see me on a platform like this speaking and sharing gems, just in my everyday walk in life, to never take away nobody's choice and to make sure you ain't doing the same for yourself too.
So I appreciate you being here. I want to start with I've told everybody, how did you get into the stone? Show the stone that you have right here.
Okay.
All right.
So a quick little story. So earlier we knocked out the the audio, but no, but that's a real testament to like the science behind it all. Copper is a very powerful conductive metaphor, electricity and energy as well. So, and then I had different crystals and the organites, which also is known to raise the vibration of just like your energy and different things as well. Needless to say, the way how it all started, actually 5 years ago. 5 years ago, what was that? January, actually, technically speaking, it was New Year's Eve going into New Year's Eve 2028, going into 2019. I never forget, there was an event that I was doing. Back then, I wasn't making jewelry or anything like this. I was selling Black History calendars, and at that time, to still communicate and get through to you. So, I got out the car and she looked me in the eyes like, son, all money ain't good money. I was like, I get it, ma, but I gotta make this happen because you gotta pay these bills. So then she like leaned over some more. It was like, all money ain't good money. And it hit me here. So I was like, I still went and did the event. Learned the lesson though. Because that event turned out definitely not to be where I needed to be or anything. And I was like, you know what, from this day forth, I'm never going to chase money. Like, period. Like, I'm never going to do anything just for money. Whatever I do, it got to be falling aligned with my purpose, so I ain't doing it at all. So from that moment, that catalyst of a moment came Gemstone Dripping. Because at that time I was selling another person's, another jeweler's jewelry, 29th dimension at that time, Peace of the God. He showed me just a few little things to get started, and then I just like took off from that. So officially, like in March, launched the business and been rocking since, leaving positive footprints on people's spirits, man. Like, I got stories of people who purchased my jewelry and it helped them in the process of them giving birth to their child, or when they was in a car accident protecting their neck, or wearing the jewelry and instantly money is coming to their lives. Like, I have so many different testimonies that's just natural and organic. And that's just a testament to my purpose ultimately in life, and that's just how I move. So yeah.
So if you define your purpose in one way, how would you define that purpose?
Like I said, leaving quality and integrity is intentional. and leaving positive footprints on people's spirits, being a catalyst for blessings.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. More specifically, being a catalyst for blessings.
Okay.
The conduit.
Conduit, right?
Yeah.
Jewelry. So how did you get great at your craft? How did you become a premier jeweler where people were seeking after you? Because to come in that short of a span, right, and to become a master at your craft where people were repeatedly asking for your jewels, how did that come about?
A lot of it, honestly, was word of mouth, but also coming from the poetry game, right? So I've already had a following. I've been a poet since 7th grade. So that's, it was either pick up a pistol or pick up a pen and write it all out. So since 7th grade, doing that and the career of poetry. So when I re-entered the poetry space, and really reinventing myself. The community, or I can say, the community of my, I don't want to say fan base or anything like that, but
people who rock with you, like-minded individuals who enjoy what you were performing.
Yeah, bingo. So people who was rocking with me, they just rock. Like them early days, I still got it to this day. It's like one of them rolling tool cases. So I was in stackable. So I would boom, break it down, have the gems in one pick. This what you want, woo, woo, woo. Get you right before you got to West End.
So just before they got to West End, getting them right, where they were actually, where you honed your craft just by doing it like that, on the fly, making it happen. Well, how would you think that you honed your craft on top of that?
Success includes, honing in on the craft. Just honestly, the first step to that was honing in on myself. Because I could become more talented with the skill set, but staying true to my morals and staying true to the principles of what the company is built off of. Like, I don't even make jewelry if my energy's off, because I have to be responsible for the energetic karma. So first, honing in on the craft started by me anyway, from the beginning. And I decided to, and I just carved that out. So it's like, all right, I could continue to make jewelry like how a lot of people is out there, not I want to say competition, but other jewelers. Or I could figure out what's really for me and create that and groom my customers or groom my clientele to this particular quality of an experience. Because it's all an experience. You just don't shop with gemstones, jewelry, you experience us. So one thing that I've done and still do is literally cleanse and bless the jewelry on the spot. Speaking positive affirmations into it. Just literally live in front of your face, pouring none but love and all of that good energy into the jewelry with you present. And it's a communal thing, because I'm there with you and we're together pouring it into it. So to have moments where people never worn jewelry at all, or never even, prayed in this particular type of manner, now putting their intent into something with me that they're going to have for the rest of their life. So it's that's really it.
Yeah,
that's really it.
So coming off there, picking up the jewelry, seeing jewelry, having your people who rock with you take up the jewelry, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what have been some of the challenges you faced in the jewelry game? Just selling the jewelry and getting it off. What's some of the challenges you have faced?
Sheesh.
We just wasn't real. We talking real.
Man. Okay, all right.
Because I'm just telling people, entrepreneurship ain't easy. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to tell you it's not.
It's not. Like, I'm gonna give several answers to that question, right? So the first answer that came to my mind is jewelers literally walk to the table and touch everything and look at me for devilish. Jewelers literally walk to the table and touch everything and look at me for devilish grim, knowing that you just trying to curse what it is that I got going on. Like, people literally doing the spell work or whatever. And it's dealing with that. Like people think because you're just so spiritual, or like you still can't catch these hands. But even that was a level of growth for myself too. In regards to being more of the entrepreneur business side of it, it was learning how to stop hustling my business and learning how to actually operate it as an actual business. So that challenged me to grow, that challenged me to look at myself different. Like Hov said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. So it's that right there. And there's still things that I'm still learning and growing, but taking the necessary steps, getting the LLC, getting the business bank account, getting the office space. Like just if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. Because as we all know, yeah, we can hustle hand over fist all our lives, but no matter what it is that you're doing, they got a cap to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't look at my people as competition. If I have any competition out there, I'm looking at Cartier, Tiffany's, and De Beers, companies like that. So
just a diamond, just a perception of diamond versus the copper, right? Just a perception of
all of it. Honestly, like my goal is to disrupt the jewelry industry and flip it on its head, like Kanye did the fashion industry.
Mm-hmm.
For all the right reasons, though, because let's not get it twisted. Copper, literally, at one point in time in history, was more valuable than gold, and it's ironic that we're living in these times because it's getting back to that in a very literal sense, especially with everything going EV and eco-friendly or whatever. So everything want to be. So copper is, the value of copper has shot up dramatically. But these challenges that has come along, knowing, like, not telling you, brother, like a lot of it has definitely just been the trials and tribulations of throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks. And then ultimately, the biggest challenge is not giving up. That's been it. There's been so many times that I really just, after the second year, I wanted to walk away from Gemstone Drill. I'm like, man, bump this, I'm not doing this anymore. God. And then something that happened. So, and I say something, I mean like, I would make a piece of jewelry for somebody that needed it, and it's like, it's undeniable to me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So it's when you come across those moments in your business or whatever it is that you're doing, just knowing that those storms don't last forever, but also rising to the occasion. Because like I said, that's the biggest thing. It's like, I feel like taxes and all of that stuff, I'm still, working that side out of the business game. That's why I got a good brother like yourself. Know what I mean? The guy, he's good at what he do.
Business, and I say that when we get in, it's like, first you think it's going to be easy, right? You're like, oh yeah, I could do that. I see my man over there doing that. I could do that, right? Then you get into it, and you be like, yo, this thing's crazy, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that I didn't realize that come with the business, right? And then you look at other business, you're like, well, that business look a bit easier, right? And it's easy to give up because you got a couple years in here, it's been hard, but then you start making headway, right? So you're like, all right, I can see that it's a lot of things I don't know, but I see the momentum coming in, right? It seems like where the area you at. What have been some of the opportunities or doors that have been open because you did the jewelry business?
Oh, man. One of the most recent ones, winning ATL's House Jeweler.
Oh, word.
And not even knowing that I was nominated. People literally going out there and voting for me. Another recent one, from the demonstration of last year at Chattanooga Fashion Expo, this year being brought back to teach a class, sit on the judge panel, and headline the show. First time they ever had a jeweler, no matter a jewelry business at all, headline the show. Double win because I'm black owned. What's been other things? Leaving positive footprints on a lot of our influencers and celebrities that we see like in their lives, like the Kristen T, shout out to my brothers, like London B, like Benny the Butcher, like Karis One when I met him, and Angie Stone, and Ken Ford and Murphy Lee, and just the list goes on. 19 Keys, Billy Carson, like, and all of these moments be organic. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like, nah, can you hook me up or nothing? They say, nah, like it's really all organic moments, you know? So it's like it's moments like that. It's moments like with London, which is one of my favorite moments, when I first met her, when we was on the phone, and I never forgot I was staying in apartments at this particular time. Beautiful sunny day. I walk outside, I take off my shoes, I get grounded because I'm honestly nervous, because this is kind of like, I spoke to celebrities before, but I'm like, yo, this is like cause she's popular right now. And she reached out to me, so I'm like, all right, cool, let me ground myself. And I'm on the phone with her, talking with her. She was getting a tattoo, and she's like, what you doing? I'm like, well, right now I'm sitting in the grass. So if you want to get grounded with me while we're on this phone, let's do it. And she literally did that. Sure. She literally at the tattoo shop took off her shoes, got grounded, and we had the whole bill. And that whole moment just was meaningful to us. So London, if you're watching this, much love to you. Much love to you, for real. It's moments like that. It's moments, even if it's not a celebrity, it's moments like making a copper bracelet for a baby literally named Copper. Mm. It's moments like, I was about to say earlier this year, but we in 2024.
Last year.
It's moments like, you'll see if you go to the IG, where I made a Black Obsidian Arrowhead pendant that helped this young lady. She got it for her mother, who was at that time going through like chemo and whatnot. And it helped that, along with other herbs that she was taking, help her mom get out of the hospital within a week. You see what I'm saying? Because what people don't know, Black Obsidian absorbs EMF radiation and transmutes it into positive energy, so you can repurpose it. Same with black tourmaline and a few other crystals. It's moments like that. It's dang, like
I know. So it's a blessing that comes with it. And I just always like to say, hey, you know what? A lot of times we entrepreneurs, we get down and we're like, oh, I'm not. This thing happened, that thing happened. There's a lot of opportunities that come through. Want to touch on one thing, you do have a...
Not to cut you off, listen, I would be remiss if I don't speak on this, especially because it's one of the most recent moments. It's moments like when the good brother Carton, a Black Man Smile, sold a seed into me this past Tuesday. And literally, at Ndugu Chop It Up sessions, and literally, he's seen my growth from the first time I walked into that space to now. So, and he sees it. You see what I'm saying? It's moments like that where the demonstration of the work that I'm doing on self and the work that I'm doing to make sure I'm doing right by my business and the people, my community, and everybody that I love comes back around and pours itself back into me. I think that's the best way I could honestly answer that, because that right there is literally why I do it.
Word. Now, man, that is powerful. I was at the Chop It Up. Yeah. I was there. Always shout out to the dude, the Chop It Up, gotta come through. Black man coming through, taking off that armor.
Big thanks.
So now we're here, right? You doing your thing, you making it happen. You out here, you popping in Atlanta. Everybody know you with the jewelry. Where do you see opportunities going forward for the business? And before we ask that, where do you think that the challenges are, the bottlenecks stopping you from taking that goal? So you see the opportunities, and what's stopping you from you think that, like, yo, you know what, this is not right for me to get there?
You said it's not right for me?
Well, the opportunities for you to get there, and what challenges would stop you from getting there. or that's hindering you. Like, yo, you know what? If I can I can get in front of 1,000 people, but I can't get in front of 1,000 because I don't have the finances, the marketing team, I don't have the jewelry, I don't have the access, whatever it is. What do you think the opportunities are out there? You just need A, B, C, and D to get there.
All right.
Or even the activities, just to do the activities to get there.
I'm gonna answer this, and it's gonna be another several part answer because everything that I do, I always start with self.
Mm-hmm.
So first with self is getting out of my own way, first and foremost.
Yeah.
More, and saying it's okay to have help and receive the help. Who help heals other healers is other people who are sent to heal the healer. So if I'm a healer myself, but I'm not allowing the reciprocal energy to be poured back into me, I'm blocking my own blessing. You see what I'm saying? So first and foremost there, which leads into what you were saying, like, yes, being able to scale the business up, needing the team, looking to create a team of jewelers, needing the team, the marketing team, the social media team, someone to help me with the website, because there is a lot of value surrounding Gemstone Dripping. There is a story to tell with Gemstone Dripping, and just ultimately like who I am as an individual. So it's being able to have my jewelry strategically placed in certain locations at a high level. Like when I look at somewhere like Phipps Plaza, I see Gemstone Dripping there. When I look at somewhere like the Diamond District or in New York City, or if I'm looking at America's Mart here in Atlanta, I see my brand there. Mm-hmm. And my brand has been in these spaces. Not the Diamond District yet, but we definitely getting there in New York. But it's literally that, and building out more of the experience of Gemstone Dripping, because I don't just make jewelry. No. What I do, literally, I make an experience. I create and cultivate that experience.
If I came and bought jewelry from you right now, and I said, yo, I want to buy this piece right here, how does that work?
Well, first and foremost, for a piece of this caliber, which is what I'm transitioning to more, is leaning into the customizable experience where we sit down at my office in Buckhead and we talk more and dive deep into more first of what it is that you need. So I'm looking to find out what it is that you're looking to manifest in life. Even if you don't know, no worries. I'm sitting there with the consultation to really dive deep into your life, dive deep into your astrology chart, dive deep into what it is that you're currently at and the frequency that you're emitting at this point in state and time in this thing we call life. From there, I will provide a selection of crystals, and from there, pretty much prescribe the actual crystal and metals that would be best benefit for you. Everything's custom and tailor-made to what it is that you need. From there, then we could go into the design. Then we could go into how we actually going to craft it out, and then move forward with that craft. So that's the really important. Everything, quality and integrity is intentional. So I'm not, and that's where more my calling is. So I know a lot of people have known me to do, make jewelry like the way how it has. The Gemstone Dripping is definitely going into another avenue of things, because I get requested to do a lot more custom jewelry because of the experience that I have given thus far. And it started like that since day one. So now we're just going to restructure the brand to cater to that more. So that way, when the time you're getting a one-of-a-kind customizable piece that you cannot find nowhere else, period.
And you talk about, a lot of times the value is that when you go to that customizable, right? When you make sure that you go to that prescription, you give that value, right? You're able to dive in and give somebody a once in a lifetime experience, right? You're like, hey, listen, we're gonna make sure that this jewelry experience is great. We don't want off the shelf, and that's what I'm hearing, right? So a lot of times, I've been around, there's other jewelers here in Atlanta, and a lot of times I'm like, how many of those pieces you got? I got 10 of them, right? And it's like, but you telling me they're magical and crystal, but everybody can get the same one I got, right? Why is this one special for me? And I think that one part of your process of doing that, it makes sure, so I can't get this piece right here. I have to get my own piece made.
Exactly. Just like how you have fashion designers or people who make tailored suits to your measurements. I'm doing a similar thing with being a jewelry designer. I'm not only designing it tailored specifically to you as far as the design, but even more to the spiritual modality, how it's going to benefit you, how it's going to increase your frequency, how it's going to increase your magnetic field, how it's going to raise your vibration, how to teach you how to utilize the jewelry to actually manifest certain things in your life or protect yourself from certain things in your life. Like, it's just like how your birth chart is more specifically tailored to you. The jewelry is the exact same thing. Correction, the experience that Gemstone Dripping provides is the exact same thing, tailored specifically to you. And that's the direction that I'm moving forward with in 2024. So I would recommend people to go to the website right now and book their consultation by clicking the custom order form. Currently, right now, it's $255 to book the consultation, and we sit down for 2 hours. And all of this is going to happen in person.
Right.
So yeah, it has to happen in person, So
Can't be no Zoom call.
Nah, because Zoom is cool. It depends on the circumstance, but for the most part, definitely because that matters the most, because the energy it just hits different when we're in person. I'm able to. Yes, Zoom is more efficient.
But we want to, like I said, if you're going to spend the money, I want to be there in person, you know what I mean? So
not only that, I have a saying, FaceTime me in real time, so that means you got to show up.
You got to show up, yeah, no doubt.
So, yeah.
So you doing all that now, how do you go about getting customers, right? Because a lot of people have a problem going to get customers. How do you go about getting customers?
I am blessed 2 ways, right? So word of mouth never fails, right?
Just the delivery value to people.
Correct.
People refer you.
Correct. Because your wealth is in your relationships, right? That's why your network is important. I'm blessed to have made a name for myself from both sides, the poetry and the dream, especially. So a lot of word of mouth experiences, a lot of recommendations come from there. Utilizing social media as well. Social media plays a big factor into it as well too, because it allows me to reach the masses. And ironically, I still reach people, and I haven't did any like for real, it's been a long time since I paid for an ad or anything on social media. So I could just only imagine what that's going to really look like this year, because I'm gonna do it. When
you start sending ads out,
yeah, definitely so, because and we talked about this off before we started shooting, about that. So I definitely foresee all of that, the concoction of what it takes, or the gumbo per se, like having the media team, having the marketing team, having you right here. And I tell you, this brother's nice at what he does. Don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. This brother's real nice at what he does. And he's available for a very healthy price, just so you know. So
it's good money.
Correct.
Nah, it's good money. I appreciate it. Like I said, we always focus on. This is what I say, watch Gemstone Dripping, watch the businesses we work with, and we'll the results will come, right? It's really hard. my man, we've been talking. It's really hard to just even hire because we only work with certain people. This is real talk, you know. And have my man back here. We only work with certain people. We're on the same frequency. If you're not on the same energy, we don't have the same values. If you're not about the same thing that we're on, we really don't just really. I don't. People can't just even hire me, right? They can't even say, "Oh, there goes a check." Here, you know what I mean? Because everybody, I've been in that world where people just came with the money. And I didn't like some people, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, it's just the money. I'm like, yeah, but I put my soul and energy into your business. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta sit down and be like, what's your hopes, your dreams, and what's your aspirations, what you trying to accomplish?
That's for this, man. Because it's so real, and that's the aspect of what I do that people truly don't understand. I never forget one time a brother threw a healthy amount of money at me to make him a copper spoon, and I looked at brother and I said, brother, I'm not making anything to feed your habit.
Word.
I ain't gonna say whose celebrity it was, but it's like it's people. If you have a price, if you really have a price, you can be bought out at any given time. So, and I'm from Chicago, you from New York. We see how it works when they have a price. You see what I'm saying? So, but when you don't have a price, that means you know your worth, you know your self-value, you have integrity, you have dignity, you have discernment. You see what I'm saying? You have the things that money can't buy. You have the things that people with all the money in the world would pay millions and trillions and billions of dollars to have because they don't have it. They got that success, but they ain't got it in here. So that's what separates people like ourselves from a lot of others out there because of the fact that we got both. So one hand washes the other and both hands wash the face. Sure. And when we align with individuals like ourselves, we create a community of high frequency, high value people who's operating on that particular time and code. So now when we move out there as a force and as a unit, it's undeniable even more. Everybody can't get access to this as they should because you gotta preserve what it is. You gotta preserve what it is. You have to preserve what it is. Otherwise, this would be no different. If I didn't preserve what I'm doing, gemstone dripping would be no different from any other jeweler that you see out there. They say I could go get it, shut up the street from the man's on the corner. This business would be no different from anybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, no. When you really tap into the gift, and when you really tap into the essence, that's the word I'm looking for, the essence of really makes you different and separates you from everybody else, and that's really just the essence of your gift. And where that is, man, you attract your tribe every single time. You attract your tribe every single time. And intentionally, something else I've been doing, God, I've been praying for the past 3 years. God, remove everybody in my life. I don't care if it's my mama, my brother. I don't care who it is. Move everybody out of my life that does not serve me. I don't care if it's an old friend, new lover, whatever. And bring in everybody who is meant to be with me, and I meant to be with them.
You know, my thing is this, is especially dealing with people, it's always that I'm never leaving anybody. I'm just going this way. Some people refuse to come with me.
Oh yeah.
Right? So it's never, I always, so as you were saying, you know, people they remove it for your life. It's just that you're going a certain direction and people refuse to go. Because what happens is there's two things happening when you're dealing with a person, right? It's like, oh, they have this agenda. We all have an agenda. Every person has an agenda. And you're like, well, my agenda is to go this way, make this happen, and do these things. They're like, why do you want to go there? We can just sit here and do nothing. We can just sit here and chill. Like, I'm going to go this way. If you want to come along. But if I jump in your car, right, there's rules and regulations on what I got to do inside of your car, right? You know, but if you jump in my car, there's rules and regulations that go on. I want to take you where I want to take you to. So we have to say, yo, listen, I'm going this way. Oh, I'm going that way. I want to go that way too. And then when you do that, the people who refuse to come So you haven't left. I never leave anybody. I just told them I'm going this way. They don't want to come, right? Because they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to do the activities. They don't like to. They want to go out. I'm like, I'm not going out. I'm good. I'm not doing certain things. Just being focused. But thinking about that, I want to ask how. We talk about the charity. How have you made? What impact have you made, and that you want to make continuing going on? We talked about feeding the homeless, and we haven't talked about it, but a couple of things that you've done, and then how do you want to make your impact going forward?
Got it. Before I get to that, I want to touch on that last little thing that you were saying, because I think this is important to say that we cannot be afraid to outgrow people. We cannot be afraid to outgrow people. It's like what the God of this says, HBO, that poor Peabody will win. He says some people be a mile away from heaven and still can't find home. So you can't be afraid to lead them there. Especially when you like, hey, yo, heaven is literally right here. And they're still whatever it may be. So, which leads into the question, because with great power comes great responsibility. So, and if we're truly taking care of our people, we gotta, although we may surpass them, we still gotta consider to a certain degree their well-being, at least at a base level. So what I would like to do is launch my nonprofit called the Give Love, Get Love movement. And underneath there have different sectors like healing it hurts. What a lot of people see me done is feed the homeless with the proceeds that I made from Gemstone Dripping. And as I showed you the clip earlier, like literally I'm making the food with love, and the OG, no teeth in his mouth, did a whole headstand. But it's important. One, I got permission to even film that, because I was always taught, like, if you doing the work, you ain't got time to film it. Like, I ain't get somebody else to be the coolie to your Kanye. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you in it, you in it. Number two, even with getting that blessing from him, it's still meaningful for me to do that. Here in Atlanta, it's a park called Hurts Park, Hurts. It's right there at 100 Edgewood Avenue, right downtown over there by Wallace and Georgia State. The reason why that's important to me is because a little over a decade ago, I found myself homeless there as well. Yeah. And it's meaningful to me because although my time there was short, which I'm grateful to God, the experience when I was out there is meaningful. So I never forget the first night I'm there, and it's 3 men and a lady. And they can see, like, I'm young, we just trying to figure this shit out. And it's like, young buck, we got you. This is a pit stop. I see, this is a pit stop for you.
They still was putting life into you.
Brother, they watched over me while I slept.
Word, what's up?
I've never had that. You see what I'm saying? The only other person I know that done that for me is like my stepfather, rest in heaven, and like my mother, my dad, but just like complete strangers watching over me.
It never happened like that.
On homeless. Word. You see what I'm saying? In the thick of it. Coming off the height of the crunk era here in Atlanta. Yeah. Anything could happen. 2008, 2009. It's a different Atlanta here. Yeah, you're right. It's up. So old underground, yeah, old underground. Not Kenny's Alley and all of that, being active or whatever. So I never forgot that, man. So throughout the years, I've intentionally, anything that I knew that was in my cipher, I would involve myself with. That's giving back to that spot. It's giving back, period, but especially to that location. So that's how Healing It Hurts came about. Because, and it's Hurts, spelling HERTZ, Hertz, frequencies. Word. So I'm healing the hurts with hers.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Word.
So I'm healing the hurts and hurt part with the hurts, with the frequency of my energy, with my voice, with my gifts, with the talents that I bring there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would sit back and just rap with them. All right, after we done fade, I'm sitting on the block with you. We got a lot of talented people. Let's get a cypher going, or let's create create an open mic real quick. You got some amazing, beautiful spirits out there, man. And sometimes that's all they want, just someone to sit back with them right there where they're at, meet them where they're at. Not try to take them with someone else, but just take at least a good 20, 30 minutes out your day and just rap with them.
Mm-hmm. We all got something on our chest we want to get off, right?
Dang.
For real, nah, it's real talk. Sometimes, you just sit down and I just talk to people and I just be like, I just want to hear your story.
Yeah.
Because we all got something to get off our chest. Man, that's amazing, right? Like we said, we want to get money, we want to make an impact, because we just know the money is just the oxygen part, but we need to know the actual purpose to make an impact, right?
So, of course, if you're not making an impact in life, you're not really living life, because the gifts that God has given us is not solely for us. Mm-hmm. Even our journey of what we're going through, we're literally here to be catalysts for blessings, man. Mm-hmm. I heard E.T. say it one time, he's like, man, look, you gotta keep pressing, because your gift is gonna bless somebody. I always thank God, even when I was young, even when nobody knew who I was always thankful for my trials and tribulations, and that they were what they were.
Where you can find you at? Tell them where the website where you can find you at with the jewelry.
You can go to my website, www.gemstonedripping.com, and that's spelled GEMSTONEDRIPPIN.com. And you can find me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Gemstone Dripping. Click the link, or if you go directly to the website, fill out the custom order form, book your consultation today. Slots are filling up very quickly for this new year, so I want to make sure that I am available to service everybody, because that's what I'm here for. So allow me to help you continue to grow and be the best version of yourself. Please go to the website, fill out the custom order form, book your consultation today, and we'll definitely get you right with custom jewelry that's tailored specifically to your needs and nobody else. Like I always say, love you to life, I shade that way, baby. Love a piece of hot sauce. Yeah.
Peace. Y'all stay focused, Black Businessman Podcast, man. We out another episode, man. Thank you for my brother for being here, right?
Likewise. Mama, I made it!